Hello possums, Dreymasmith here, dreaming in a Minecraft world. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I certainly had a great time. As you can see, I've done the big Christmas clean-up. It's always the worst part of the season, isn't it? And now that we're in that lovely post-Christmas lull when everyone is content and relaxed and just chilling, it's a good time to pot around and get things done. I want to get a couple of farms done, one manual, one automatic. I'm going to start on the manual one, which is a pumpkin and melon farm. At the moment it's just a pumpkin farm because I don't have melon seeds, but it'll be all ready for when I do. The items that I need are just the first 5 items in my hotbar. So let's get started. This farm fits into a 9x9 square. It's very productive. You get 40 pumpkins if you do the whole farm. I'm going to get 20 because I'm having half pumpkin, half melon. And like my other little farms, it's also decorative, which I really like. So the first thing you do, I've marked out my 9x9 with the torches. You find the very middle square, dig a hole 1 block deep, and put a bucket of water in it. Now I'm going to surround this hole on each side with a block of dirt. Just the 4 compass points. And I'm going to extend each of these so that they are 4 blocks long. We have the one here, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the centre here, another bucket of water. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is put a jack-o'-lantern. So I've built up 1 more block with a block over the water, and I put my jack-o'-lantern on top. And now I just get rid of the 2 underneath. I could put it here directly over the water, but I've found you can accidentally harvest your jack-o'-lantern when you're harvesting your pumpkin, so I like it 1 block up. And why a jack-o'-lantern? Because it actually lights this space more effectively than a torch. Right, next is to hoe the ground. Now you can either hoe this inner row and this outer row, or the 2 inner rows. It's up to you which. I like to hoe the 2 centre rows. As you can see, it's nicely irrigated because of the block of water over there. And I'm also going to hoe those 2. Now I get my pumpkin seeds and we plant our pumpkins. If you're planting out the whole thing, continue to hoe in each of the quarters. I am not planting the whole thing, as I said. Alright, that's actually it. There's one more thing I'd like to do, because these seeds here and these here are all controlled as to which way the pumpkins will grow. They've got no choice but to grow on this outer edge. These ones could grow here or here, and I want to stop that. There are several ways I can do it. Oops. I can just dig a hole and leave it, or I can fill that hole with something that pumpkins can't grow on, like wood or stone. I think we'll go with stone. I'll just go get some. Okay, I'm back with my stone. I'm just going to pop some raw andesite in there. It's just some raw andesite. I could use cobble, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. And cobble takes longer to dig out than just plain stone or something like andesite or diorite. And that, believe it or not, is the pumpkin half of our pumpkin farm ready to go. When I get some melon seeds, I'll hoe out this quarter and that quarter, but I'll hoe them out in the opposite direction because it just makes a nice pattern. But that's it. It's a highly productive little farm. As I said, entirely manual. You have to go out there and get them yourself, but I quite like that. because I quite like seeing pumpkins growing in the field. Okay, next farm. I'm going to make a sugarcane farm. I know I've got the sugarcane growing here, but I quite like the way it looks. I quite like it as a decoration. And I want something that's going to regularly produce sugarcane for me without me having to go for a dip in the pond to pick it up. Now this is just a micro sugarcane farm. I'll put the link to the tutorial in the description below because it's a fantastic tutorial. It's a fantastic little farm. It's made by a wonderful chap called Avamance, who, if you don't know him, you really should go and check him out. So let's get started. First thing I do is dig a hole. Not cut the grass off the top. First thing I should do is tell you what I need. We've got some of the items along the bottom there, and we have the rest. Ignore the food, but the rest of them are there. You can get a full and comprehensive amounts list from Avamance. I'm not going to do this as a tutorial. I'm just going to build it, and I'll show you what we do. So shift click into the back, 2 hoppers. This is the first time I've used rail in this world. 4 powered rail. Join them up. Shift click. Join them up to make a loop and pop a hopper minecart on. Take that out, put the redstone in. I had fun doing this because I didn't have the recipes for rail yet and I couldn't remember them off the top of my head. Now we're going to pop it all the way around the wood and see what I'm doing. Whoops. And now we need sand. I asked Avamance why sand, because sugarcane does grow. You're going to be a pain. Because sugarcane does grow on dirt. And he said, look, it's purely aesthetic. Which I get. Water in the middle because it always needs water. 4 bits of sugarcane. Well, that cart's really noisy, isn't it? We'll continue, but that's going to drive me nuts. Ah, well. Oh, one at the back, then I forgot. Oh, and I've run out of wood. Back in a tick. Alright, next thing, we just build this up with glass. And I agree with Avamance on this. Glass so you can see what it's doing. I mean, you could just encase this all in wood or stone or something. Depends what the style of your base is. Pistons next. Facing inwards. Oh. Now our lovely little observers, which I think I'll need dirt to get to. Yep, that's it. We've got to go backwards for observers. Right, our next thing is to power the pistons. So that'll have to come off. Dab of redstone. Dab of redstone. I actually really like redstone. I don't always understand how I've done what I've done, but I love working it out. Troubleshooting can be a little frustrating, but I always learn something when I'm trying to work out why something I've made hasn't worked. there we go. All I've got to do now is finish building it up and put a lid on it. It really is that simple. It really is getting dark. Off to bed before a creeper blows it up. Well, that's it. I just have to decorate it. I'll have to think about what to do. But once the sugarcane grows, once it gets 2 blocks high, the observer will notice it, the piston will knock it off, and it'll all come down, be collected by the minecart, and come into here. And all I'll have to do is come and open the chest and pick up my sugarcane, which means I can make books. Yay! Alright, there's my micro sugarcane farm. Not quite sure I'm finished decorating it, but it'll do for now. I'm glad I built it over there. I can't hear it from the house, because if we get closer... There's that cart going round and round. That would drive me nuts. That's why I have an on-off switch on my nether portal, which I should show you. Let's have a look how the pumpkins are going. Oh, they're growing very nicely. We should have one soon. There we go. Happy with that. And I like the raised design. It just gives it a bit more interest. First off, here are the steps up to the rest of the base. Flick the little switch. Here's the steps down to the rest of my base. One lovely quiet nether portal. Nether portal goes on. Nether portal goes off. Now I just want to clarify what I meant about not liking the noise. I actually quite like the noise of the nether portal. I think it's really appropriate. It's mysterious, it's strange, but I don't like hearing it all the time. It does start to drive me crazy. That's why I like to be able to switch it off. And that, of course, is Mumbo Jumbo's on-off switch for a nether portal. Zasuma Void, who's another hermit, has done another nether portal on-off switch, which is worth finding and checking out, because he uses lava rather than water, which means you can operate it in the nether. You can build an on-off switch for your nether portal in the nether. One last little thing I want to show you before we go. Well, 2 things actually. This is my vine tree. Vines, if you put them on trees, go bonkers, and they will spread from their host tree to anything else that they can get their little creeping tendrils on. So I've got a tree with nothing else around on which I'm growing vines. And I only had to take 1 piece from the swamp, and I've gotten enough already to put vine on all 4 sides of this tree. The other thing I want to show you is this. Remember there was a little cave here? I was hoping it would lead to a cavern, but it didn't. It was just a little cave. And I said I might use it for storage. I found another use for it. It's now a mushroom farm. I've lit it up a little. None of the blocks have light level 7, which is where things can spawn, but none of them have light level 12, which makes mushrooms pop off. It's not terribly efficient, but I like the little natural look. I didn't change the shape of the cave at all. All you have to do is keep your light levels under 12 and make sure the mushrooms have room to spread. So I'm going to harvest a couple so that they can spread again. But that's my mushroom farm. That's about it, just a short one today. 2 little bits of farming before we get on with the new year and new projects. I've got a fair bit planned. I want to sort out the ocean monument. Hope you all have a lovely restful time for the rest of the week. Enjoy your holidays if you've got holidays. And we'll see you soon. Bye.